Look, I'm not doing anything new. This video has been made before by multiple people in the cryptocurrency niche. But what I am trying to do is go a little bit deeper because it's not as easy as buying 5 coins and waiting for the price to go up. You have to go a little bit deeper to have an actual long-term successful cryptocurrency portfolio, guys. We are in an extremely volatile, malicious, scammy market. This is cryptocurrency, the wild, wild west of finance. And if you're just starting, know nothing about blockchain technology, if you have less than 6 months worth of experience, you are the prey. This video will be my best explanation at trying to show you guys exactly how to invest $1,000 into cryptocurrency right now as of December 2020 in this climate where Bitcoin's about to pass $20,000 and people are calling it very expensive. In this exact climate, I'm going to show you how I would, and lay out the strategy, of course, in great detail, how I would invest $1,000 into cryptocurrency today. Keep watching. Just so like any new thing, if you start basketball, if you start playing football, any new sport, any new hobby, you don't try to, make a symphony, you don't never played the piano before, right? It's the same thing with cryptocurrency, but in this case, you're losing your time and your physical money. So it's ever more important. Long story short, look, if you're a beginner, it's okay. The odds are stacked against you. It doesn't mean you can't make money. You just have to have a specified strategy. You have to have the ability to pick a strategy that matches your personality type, and you have to stick to it for long periods of time, very consistently, and I promise you'll make money. All right, look, I saw a couple people make the same video. Guys, do not buy 5 random altcoins and hope the number goes up. Please don't do that. That was never an effective strategy ever to begin in cryptocurrency. It never will be an effective strategy. You're wasting your time. You might as well go to the casino because you have a higher chance of making money there. And let me address the prideful people that might have got into cryptocurrency on a positive experience. Maybe you made 30 to 40% on a trade and you think you're hot stuff, right? You just got in, you got in at the right time. You had a positive experience with cryptocurrency. I am not trying to shame you. You did really good, and I hope you stay in the market. But I will say that most people make mistakes and they don't even know it, right? And let me prove that to you right now. And I'm going to go over it with 3 things that I know that you're making a mistake right now, because most people do it and I do it myself. And these are 3 cognitive biases. And this right here should prove to you that underestimating the market is not the way to go. First one, confirmation bias. So the confirmation bias is the tendency to search or interpret information that's in favor of your decision. So for example, let's say you buy a coin, that's your decision. People unknowingly go out there and find every reason why their decision is correct. You could literally make any lie true if you have enough research, especially on the information if you're not sorting through credibility of actual people that actually are worth what they're saying. You're going to get caught off guard with this confirmation bias. And I know for a fact you've done it because I have done it myself, and I've been in cryptocurrency for 6 years. I've even done it recently. This is why you get cults, right? These cults confirming their own bias, and then they go in groups of people that confirm their own bias, even though their original theory was flawed from the beginning. Don't confirm your own bias. Look for things that are negative towards your theory, because that could be the difference between saving you from losing all your money. Number 2, anchoring bias. This is a cognitive bias that basically makes it so that the first piece of information you get, you rely on very heavily. So let's say hypothetically, you don't research at all. Maybe you spend like small bursts of energy, researching throughout the week, right? You spend an hour there, a half an hour there, and your research doesn't really connect. What a lot of people will do, they'll take like the first piece of information they find, because that's all the research they did, and they'll use it to make their decision. They'll just make very quick decisions. Anchoring bias won't get you anywhere. You'll probably lose a lot of your money. Number 3, bandwagon bias. Okay, you see this in sports a lot. It's basically the tendency to confirm or be in the group of people. This kind of goes with confirmation bias that will confirm everything that you say, right? They're never gonna conflict with you. You're never gonna have opposing views. You're just gonna put yourself on the bandwagon and hope the number goes up. I see this a lot with I don't want to call any names, but I see this a lot with XRP. I see that. It's like basically a religion over there. And you want to separate yourself from those groups as far as you possibly can, for sure, guys. And I've definitely made this mistake multiple times. Now, keep in mind, everything I talked about in this video, I have done myself and tried to overcome myself. Okay, so you're just human, just like me. It's okay if you made a mistake, but go ahead and leave a comment, because the people that can publicly, admit to their wrongs, leave a comment below. You're going to thrive. You're going to thrive, because adaptability is one of the most important, traits anyone can have. And being the fact that you realized it yourself and then went and commented below to display it publicly, to show people that you can change, that is what you call a leadership quality. And I definitely think that person is going to excel with cryptocurrency. So that's my best drawn out way of showing you guys that, look, don't underestimate the market. I know there's a lot of people making these videos and it looks really cool. And it makes it very easy for you to, just click a button and make money. I know, but don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, okay? Take it serious, because if you take it serious, you'll actually make money. Remember, this is a one-in-a-lifetime experience. You're not going to get this after this run. You're not going to see it again for like 6 years, 7 years, guys. So if you lose your money now, you're going to get a bad taste in your mouth. You're going to quit. A lot of negative things are going to happen, and you're going to miss one of the biggest transfers of wealth in human history. You're literally going to miss that because of your pride, right? Leave that aside. Emotions should not be played in investing, AKA somebody got to wake you up. Somebody got to give you the truth. You know what I mean? And if you appreciate that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the push notification bell, because of course this content is time sensitive. So let's get to the point. What am I going to do with $1,000, right? What would I do today if I was a complete newbie and I still had the, experience in my head, and I knew everything about cryptocurrency, and I don't have any today, right? I have zero cryptocurrency and I want to get into the market because my homeboy's telling me something. What do I do with $1,000? What's the exact strategy? How am I going to cover my butt when the market takes a dump and I don't know what to do with myself and I can't control my emotions? How am I going to cover that? More importantly, how do I completely separate all of my emotions, everything, all my feelings out of investing? That's the important thing you want to ask. And then just so I can fulfill your instincts, your basic human instincts of wanting instant gratification, I'll give you guys 5 coins right now that I will invest in today. And I'll show you the strategy and how I got to them. All right, the first thing I want to show you guys is something called having a macro portfolio structure. Okay, so you want to basically look at all your net worth, and you don't want to invest everything into cryptocurrency, guys. I just explained to you 1,000 times in 1,000 different ways that this market is extremely volatile and risky, guys. The whole market itself is volatile. That's the whole point. More risk, more reward, right? Asymmetrical opportunities. So you don't want to put your whole pile in, because most likely you're going to be wrong. This is what the strategy is made to do. It's made to weed out all your wrong decisions and make you comfortable. That's the whole point, so you can control your emotions. Let me explain. So if you come over here on this chart, you could basically see that I don't have all my money in cryptocurrency. I have about 50% in fiat. And fiat could be anything. It could be, any government-backed currency. The fiat that most of you probably know is called USD, United States dollar. Anything that's backed by the credibility of the US government will be fairly safe. And then you put another 50% in cryptos, okay? This is very aggressive, by the way. So this right here will be considered top-level expert, aggressive. You know a lot about crypto, and you're willing to stick it out regardless, and you're a veteran. This is like, even people call me crazy for putting 50% of my net worth in crypto. So you, beginner, or depending on whoever watching this video, you start off with whatever is good for you. You want to start off with anywhere from, some people say be very conservative and start off with 10%. Personally, in these times, I would say for a beginner, at least start off with like 20%. I know we're talking about $1,000. Of course, maybe $1,000 is your whole net worth, but having this strategy, if you have $1,000 to your name and that's it, what you need to do is you need to have another 1,000 put in the bank, and then you can invest that 1,000, at least minimum, right? Because if you don't have this, you can't buy the dip. And the most important thing in cryptocurrency is dollar cost averaging and buying the dip and having liquidity on the sideline so you can buy the dip. That's literally the strategy that's worked since the beginning of cryptocurrency. Guys, people have been doing this for very long. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. So let me explain. Now, of these cryptocurrencies, then you want to actually set up your portfolio. The vast majority of it, I say 40%, about 40%. You can dynamically change this, and the percentages will always change. Keep that in mind. So of your cryptos, right? Of your crypto, you need about 40% ETH and about 40% BTC. Okay, that's just the truth. So obviously, the first 2 coins in my 5 coins would be Bitcoin and ETH. I don't care what anybody tells you. I really don't. Bitcoin and ETH are going to make you the most return by far. If, let's say hypothetically, we had a lower undervalued altcoin with less money in it, and it has like a less market cap, right? So it has the more potential to grow. If you were to hold both of those coins for, let's say, 2 years, I guarantee you Ethereum and Bitcoin will outcompete them by multiples, okay? By multiple, they're going to outcompete that altcoin. No ifs, ands, or buts. You could either take my word for it, or you could head over to the Willy Woo chart, explains it. So this is the exact chart. As you can see, Bitcoin over time does really well. Ethereum's not even in this category. So you could even say that, Bitcoin will outcompete Ethereum in the long run. You could even say that if you wanted to. But personally, I believe Ethereum has the room to grow, and I think it's the second best bet. So I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket. This is why primarily I get into Ethereum, because I believe in innovation. I believe that they're going to come out with a product eventually that will do very, very well for cryptocurrency, and it's going to keep, acquiring more market cap. So this is basically just showing you can look into it for yourself. It explains why altcoins over time won't do better, but for very, very short periods of time, they will. And this is how we increase our Bitcoin position. And this is why we set up a portfolio in this way. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how this is going to work. Nobody else, for some reason, explains this stuff, but I think I need to beat it into people's heads sometimes. So the other 20% is where you go with risk. So, okay, let's start off from scratch. If you want to invest $1,000 because of this video, you need to have $2,000 in your bank. You need to put the other $1,000 in fiat, and then you can put the other $1,000 in crypto. That's fine. But just understand that having a 50-50 strategy is extremely risky. Okay, so of that crypto, you want to split that up into 40, 40. This is a baseline. Sometimes I'm 30 and 30, and I go a little bit heavier on altcoins depending on the season. This is what we call cycle trading, right? You're looking for altcoins to take off. We capture the upside potential of altcoins, and then we cycle trade back into Bitcoin and Ethereum because historically Bitcoin and Ethereum does very well. Does that make sense, guys? But of this 20%, that's the kind of standard I use people to start off with when you're first starting with cryptocurrency, and likely a lot of you are. So this 20% right here, this is where you go in on risk. Okay, this is where you take your risk. Now that could be quantified in a lot of things. Some people like leverage trading. Some people like altcoin trading like me. Some people like day trading, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Whatever your risk forte is, whatever that is for you, personally, I think cycle trading is the most lucrative strategy on earth. I don't really know too many day traders that can outcompete my cycle trading strategy. That's just my personal opinion, and people have been doing it. In 2017, cycle trading and altcoin buying was extremely lucrative, and I believe today it still is, and I'm still up like crazy. So personally, I swing cycle trade. Now, I do day trade on an occasion, and I use a lot of technical analysis, and I've, of course, hired professional day traders. As you guys know from my course, I got the day trader and parabolic trades, but I like a little bit of both. And then I have me cycle trading in the fundamental secrets. And by the way, guys, just to give you a heads up, today's the last day for all of those discounts. You basically get 30% off fundamental secrets, as well as 50% off a year subscription of parabolic trades. So go take advantage of that ASAP. You literally have till the end of today to do that, just to give you guys a heads up on that. But with this 20%, that's what you do. You take on the risk. This 20% right here, but you don't want to go heavy on the 20% when you're first starting, at least, because the market right now is booming. We're going to look more into the market. And we're going to find the coins. I'm going to find it in real time in front of you guys, okay? So these coins will be picked out of this market right now. But just understand the market's a little bit more expensive. So if you go all in now and you're wrong and the market goes down, you're out of luck. It's the same thing with altcoins, right? So if you go 100% into risk, if you just pick 4 altcoins and then go 5% each into each altcoin, you're screwing yourself over for the long run because you could be wrong. Remember, we're setting ourselves up to be wrong. That's the point. And then we dollar cost average, right? So of this 20%, maybe you want to go in with 10%. You want to find anywhere, it doesn't matter. This is just a standard 5 to 10 different risk opportunities, and then go in with about 1 to 2%. Okay, so you find 5 to 10, and then if you notice what I did there, you have about 10% left over as liquidity to put in dollar cost average. Okay, now you could do this with the 20% risk, and then you also want to do this with Ethereum and Bitcoin. You don't want to just go 40% of your money. Now let me explain dollar cost average, and it'll all start to make sense. The reason why dollar cost averaging is so effective is because it works, guys. People do this in gambling. Let's do an example for gambling. So let's say hypothetically you go in Russian roulette and you have about a 50-50 chance. I know it's not 50-50. I know the real numbers are about 47% for red and black. If you use red or black, and those are the only 2 decisions, just to make it simple for this explanation here. We have red and black, right? 50-50. Just to make it easy, guys, okay? Don't take it too serious. The first thing you do is, let's say you bet $1, you lose. You bet $2, you lose. You bet $4. Now, the reason why I'm doubling, you'll understand, is because it starts to make sense. If we, let's say you lose again and you bet $8 and then you win, right? You keep doubling up. So you win right there. It turns into plus 16. If you do the math, right? 1 plus 2, that's down 3. So you lost $3. You lost $7. And then you lost $15. So in this case, you're a minus 15, but you're a positive 16. So that means you're a plus 1 in this transaction. People don't organize or have any risk management. So let's say hypothetically you're plus 1. Now you have a plus 1 in the pot, right? Let's go to the second one. You try again. Okay, you lost, right? Now you bet $2, you win, right? And then this turns into plus 1 again. Why? Because you lost that $1, but you doubled up and then you won plus 2. So you minus 1 from up here. Plus 2, you literally have another plus 1 in this transaction. So now your pot is at plus 2. And we could do this again. And we could go forever. You lost. You lost. You lost. You lost. You lost. We can go all the way down to 32, but the point I want to make here, let me just show you what I'm saying, is if we keep going, so let's say we're at 16 and you lost, right? You go to 32, you lost. 36 times 2 is 72. You lost that right there, and you have 72, right? And then right here, you win. In this transaction, you can literally add all of these up until this point. And the fact that you doubled your money, you're always going to make $1 more in this case. And you don't have to do this with $1, of course. I'm just doing it for example purposes. You guys can start off with more money. That's the point, right? The whole point I'm trying to get across here is if you keep doubling up and you keep doubling down on your decision, and this could be with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any altcoins, you keep doubling down on your decision. When the market does come back, right? Let's say the market, you say you go into Bitcoin now, you lose some money, the market comes back. When the market does come back, all these decisions then become correct, right? And you actually make money on the bottom. But if you never invest and you just, let's say you get into Bitcoin now and Bitcoin drops to 10K and you don't invest in it at 10K and then it goes all the way back up to 20K, you just missed all of this. You just missed all this upside potential when you could have just put a smaller amount in 20K and then more money into 10K. So let's kind of finish up the strategy and then we'll talk about altcoins. So as you can see here again, right? You have 40% into Ethereum, don't go all in. 40% into BTC, again, don't go all in. And then you're gonna split 20% into risk. So let's say hypothetically we started off with $1,000, right? Like exactly this video titled. What I would do is I would put 40% into ETH and BTC, but I wouldn't go all in. So the ending balance of how much I wanna invest into Bitcoin and ETH will be $400 each. I would definitely technically put $400 into Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I wanna split this up into 5. So in this exact case, I would split $400 into 5, which is exactly $80. So in this case, I would take my first plot of $80 and I would invest right now, right after this video, go to Coinbase, buy $80 worth of Bitcoin, and then you would do the same thing with Ethereum. So you'd buy $80 worth of both, and then you'd keep the rest of the money on Coinbase or whatever platform you're using. And the reason you keep it on there is so you can have it ready, right? You have it ready for what, Alex? What are you gonna have it ready for, right? You're gonna have it ready for when the market goes down. So when Bitcoin keeps dropping like it always does, because remember, this is extreme volatility, you then start finding points to put the extra $80 in for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this works the same thing for your risk or your alts. In my case, it's my alts. You do the same thing. You don't go all in. You make your first investment of you could even divide the risk in 5 if you wanted to. You make your first investment in the risk and the BTC and ETH, and then you wait for it to go down. And now the rule of measure can change. How far it goes down and where you should invest again always changes. So if we're in a bull market, you want to look for, this is specifically right now we are in a bull market. You want to look for anything like 15 to 20%. So if the market goes down 15 to 20%, right? That's when you start putting in more money. You put in your other plot of $80. So eventually the market keeps going down. You put 80 here, you put 80 here, you put 80 here, you put 80 here, and you just keep going down. Right? And then eventually when the market comes up, you make money on all of these and you're now effectively in Bitcoin and now you own Bitcoin and you didn't lose money. You didn't lose money owning Bitcoin. Most people lose money, or at least newbies typically lose money owning Bitcoin because they just don't know what to do. They buy the tops. A lot of people buy the tops. Same thing in 2017, don't buy the top, guys. And if you do buy the top, at least have a strategy to protect yourself from the downside. This strategy will work for everybody, guys. But combine them both, having a good macro portfolio and the dollar cost average strategy will get you a long way. Okay, don't underestimate it. But for the altcoins that we're actually talking about, what are the exact altcoins? So the very easy strategy for a lot of people is just to simply look for coins that lost a lot of value with good fundamentals. So usually what I do is I look at the 7-day. In this case, you don't want to buy Stellar because Stellar's up 92%. Now, obviously, I have some, investment background. I know the coins off the top of my head and exactly what coins I want. But that's what you're going to do. You're going to start researching some coins and you're going to see which ones you want. Put them on your watch list and wait for the days where they lose a lot of value, right? Same thing. You don't want to buy the tops. Never buy green. You always want to buy red, right? So over here, I would look at these coins because it's calculating on what lost a lot of value. Now today, what would I buy? Balancer is a decentralized protocol that is needed in DeFi, and it has a very good use case and a strong team. So I'm looking at Balancer. I'm looking at Band Protocol. This is basically an Oracle service that is trying to compete with like Chainlink. So we know we need Oracle services. And I believe in the future, there's going to be multiple Oracle services. It's not going to be the only one. And they're going to all have unique attributes, right? So BAM protocol is a good buy. REN's a good buy. It's down negative 6.1%. So see, these are some of the coins I would buy and I would put in my risk profile. And the risk and the 20%, small amounts, very small amounts. So obviously the first two coins are Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now, one coin that stands out to me for real, even though it is up a little bit, is down in general. And I just know this because I've been researching the market. YFI, I would definitely still to this day probably buy a little bit, but just understand that this coin specifically is extremely volatile, extremely volatile. This is not a beginner's coin. Don't put too much money into it, but I do recommend people to get some YFI because it is a first in its class product that's actually working and is not a scam. And it's been doing well. We've called YFI early, but it's not early right now. It's about medium. I do think YFI can get to 100K, but there will be other coins that have, a better jump than this. This is a good jump if you're already in it. Don't sell it yet. You know what I mean? I took some positions because I got in at 4,000. So I took some positions. I took some money out. But for you guys, having a little bit won't be a big deal. Just understand you might lose a little bit. This is a long-term hold for me. You got to learn hold this for a very long time, okay? Because this is extremely volatile. And the reason it's volatile is because of the low supply. There's hardly any coin. So it's very, very volatile, guys. We don't even know the price of this. Like, I can't accurately say that this is a $26,000 coin because we don't know. We don't know where this is going to go. This is a good gamble for me for, at least when it comes to, the high risk, at least that 20%. I have a very small amount of it in comparison to my macro portfolio. So the volatility will not affect me. So definitely have those three. And then here's some of the coins you guys pick for yourself. Do your own research. But here's the coins that I would look at. I would simply look at the 7-day loss and I would find strong tokens. I've heard of EnergyWeb. I've heard it had a pretty good use case as well. Personally, I don't have it and I'm not looking at it right now because I'm looking at other things, to be honest with you guys. But I'm not perfect. You guys have to have your own investing strategy, of course, right? Balancer is a strong DeFi protocol, and I do see it appreciating with the bull run. Same thing with BAN protocol, same thing with Red. Crypto.com is a little bit, in my opinion, flawed. They have a flaw. They have definitely an issue with what they did recently, but this is not a video about that. I'll also look at the 24-hour and see what lost value, right? Or didn't move at all, or moved up a little bit, right? Sometimes you want to buy a coin. They don't all have to be falling. It's just always better to get a price like that, right? Zilliqa is a layer 2 solution for the blockchain, which I think is very well needed. The only problem with it is up in the past 7 days, 30%. So just understand with this coin, it is a strong coin and it's something I do own, but you want a dollar cost average in. And that's the same thing with 0x. Like, we don't know where the top is, but also it can keep dropping. Same thing with Loopring. I've talked about these in my recent videos, guys. I've talked about these coins. So you see the general methodology, okay? Look for strong plays. I just named some strong plays, right? That we know have solid fundamentals, and look for ones that haven't gained a lot, right? Look for ones that are down a significant amount. We talk about a lot of them on our channel. So you could, look at past videos, what I've purchased in the past and what I really like, and then wait for the days those are down. It's as simple as that. And then obviously couple it with your own research and grow, right? You also want to make your own decisions, but that's a good little method. Airweave, it does have a good use case. Let's look at it. Airweave is definitely, this might be a good buy as well. I actually might buy this very soon. So this is a good coin. I give you guys like 5-6 coins. Pick your favorite 3 or so and go ahead and get that risk in there, that 20% risk that we talked about. But yeah, there's some altcoins. This is exactly what I would do to invest $1,000. I know it might not be as cool as some other people's videos where they just tell you what to buy, but this is my explanation and this is how I get it out, guys. I know there's a lot of people saying, my videos are too prolonged. Guys, if I don't give you the complete perspective, people will lose money and, blame it on everybody but themselves and, miss out on cryptocurrency. And my goal is to grow with everybody. But that's it for this video, guys. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with this technology, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Catch you in the next one.